Tone. The style or manner of expression in speaking or writing. Tone is the author's expression in their work of writing. Let's move into some tone words. Acerbic. Sour or acid to the taste. So acid in mood or tone. Here we have Sour Bill. He's acerbic. I mean, he's literally sour. Acrimonious. Caustic, stinging, or bitter in nature. So here we have two ferrets fighting, and they're very, they're fighting, they're stinging. They look pretty bitter. So let's talk about the difference between acrimonious and acerbic. Acerbic is a lot more focused on like acidicness and bitterness. Well, acrimonious, like it's some of that, but it's more of the other things like caustic in speech, stinging in behavior. It's much more like focused on their ambivalent, having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone. They're usually like two very opposite ideas, but you're feeling them at the same time. Or not you, but someone is. Here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's facing off with Darth Vader in Episode 3, and he's very ambivalent with his feelings. Alright, let's move on. Austere. Severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. So here we have Weird Al Yankovic in his Amish Paradise clothing. It's very austere clothing, just very plain. The Amish, they live in a more strict lifestyle. Banal. So lacking in originality as to be obvious and boring. You get it? Yeah? It's white? Alright. Calloused. Emotionally hardened. Unfeeling and indifferent. So I apologize for the rebel scum propaganda, but Darth Vader is emotionally hardened, and he doesn't. He's unfeeling to the suffering of others. Well, let's move on. Didactic, intended to teach. Bill Nye, he's a great teacher, and he has moral instruction as an ulterior motive. Dicursive, digressing from subject to subject, and there are 3 types of dicursive essays: for and against, opinion, and essays suggesting solutions to a problem. I really didn't know what to put here as a picture, so here is the Garry's Mod, the video game. This is the missing texture image because we're missing the texture. Disdainful, showing contempt or lack of respect. So Malfoy is disdainful, especially towards Harry Potter and Ronald Weasley and Hermione and stuff. Elegiac, relating to or the characteristics of an elegy. So an elegy is like a serious and sad poem or song or something. Here we have Padme after her death. Erudite, having or showing great knowledge or learning. So Sheldon Cooper is very smart. Yeah. Flippant, not showing a serious attitude. So here we have Bart Simpson. As you can see, he's very flippant. He's just not very serious, and he's not the most respectful kid. Indignant, feeling anger or annoyance at what is perceived as unfair treatment. So here we have Jerry from Rick and Morty, and he feels very indignant, because Rick, the grandfather of his, Morty's mother. Does a lot of crazy stuff, and sometimes it really just is unfair treatment, and he's right. He has every right to be annoyed. Let's move on. Jingoistic. Characterized by extreme patriotism. We have the soldier from Team Fortress 2, and he cares a lot about America. He's all about America, hoo-ha and whatnot, you know? America. Laudatory. Expressing praise. Expressing praise. So here we have Harold. He's giving the thumbs up. Lugubrious. Looking sad and dismal, or sounding. The Heavy from Team Fortress 2. As you can see, he's very, very sad. Lurid. Very vivid. It's unpleasantly harsh and unnatural. Shock or horror. So we have Pennywise from It. It's a very lurid story. And Pennywise is lurid as well. So, yeah. Macombre, or Macombre, sounds French. Disturbing and horrifying because of involvement with death. So zombies are, of course, involved with death, you know. They're the living dead, and they kill people. That's death right there in the picture. I apologize if it's too gruesome. Let's move on. Melancholic. Feeling or expressing sadness. It's like depression. This kid has a name. I think it's from an anime, as you can see, but his character is very melancholic, as you can see from the image. Morose. Sullen and ill-tempered, gloomy. So Anakin is quite morose, especially in the 3rd episode of Star Wars. Here in this scene, he's talking to Yoda about his terrible dreams about Padme and the future. And he's quite gloomy, or morose. Okay. Nostalgic, thinking back to the good old times. Homesick. Here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's talking to Luke Skywalker, reminiscing about the Clone Wars and, you know, before Anakin Skywalker, before Anakin became Darth Vader. Objective, unbiased. It's quite simple. There's no real picture here. It's unbiased. The opposite of objective would obviously be subjective, which is biased. It's more opinion-based. But objective is unbiased. Pedantic, being a smarty pants. I mean, nothing really else to put here besides a dude in giant pants, am I right? Smarty pants. Pedantic. Sardonic. Sarcastic in the worst way. Mocking. So here we have Alexander the Great from Civilization 5. It's a video game. Alright, he's like, it's always nice to see my favorite city-state again. And this is, he's being sardonic. It's really an insult, because a city-state is just like a small civilization, while in reality, you're supposed to be one of the greater civilizations. Unless you're bad. Saturnin. Sullen, cold in mood, slow to change, having a sardonic aspect. So here we have King Theoden from Lord of the Rings. He's, he's cold in mood. Well, this is when he's sick, to be specific. This is when he's ill, okay? He's very sullen. He doesn't want to change, he's like very, he doesn't want to, like, agree to Gandalf and stuff. And he, look at the bottom picture. He looks he's sardonic. So yeah. Sophomoric, childish, immature behavior. Here we have a GIF of Merry and Pippin. And just by looking here, you can see that they're being quite sophomoric, but yeah, if you've seen the movies or read the books, you know about their behavior. Vitriolic, very angry, harsh anger. Anakin Skywalker in Episode 3 is very vitriolic. He's full of hate towards the Jedi and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I struggle saying this one. Give me a second here. Well, it's harsh and angry criticism, bitter and abusive. So Gollum here is very abusive towards, well, himself, but his other personality, Smeagol, he's very critical and harsh to Smeagol. So yeah, Gollum is vituperative, yeah, that's the word. Amiable, friendly, kind. Here we have in the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf and Frodo hugging each other. You know, because they're friends. Belligerent, hostile, and aggressive, warlike. So here we have a statue of Genghis Khan. That's for my pizza. Gotta wrap this up, guys, or gals, or everyone. So here we have Genghis Khan. He's belligerent because, well, he conquered Asia and lots of wars. He was very brutal or belligerent. Contemptuous, expressing deep hatred and disapproval, scornful. So here we have this guy, he's like big thumbs down. You know, he's scorning your work. Imagine he's your mean boss. Yeah, we don't like this guy, do we? What? Oh, don't do this. Oh, man. Quizzical. Indicating mild and amused puzzlement. So in here, it was going to be Yoda, you know, because you know how in Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, when Luke meets him on Dagobah, you know, he's very quizzical. He doesn't tell Luke outright that he used to be the Grand Master. You know, he acts like just some crazy old coot. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he... I mean, he probably did become one, but, you know, he's full of amusement and puzzles and, you know... condemnatory, expressing strong disapproval. So here we have Suleiman from the Ottoman Empire, Civilization 5 again. So he's denouncing, you know, the player. You know, I've had enough of you. It's time I've told the other leaders of what the world... oh. Well, you get the point. He's warning the other leaders. He's denouncing. He's disapproving. He's condemnatory. I struggle to say these words. I apologize. I'll figure it out one day. Okay, let's move on. Pizza's waiting for me. Okay. Patronizing. Treat with an apparent kindness that betrays a feeling of superiority. Here we have Lisa. She's like, don't patronize me, doctor, because, you know, you're being kind, but in reality, you're really being like rude and sarcastic, sort of. You know, it's fake kindness. Apprehensive, anxious, fearful. We all know what this is. You know, you're apprehensive to take the exam. You're apprehensive to go out on a date. Apprehensive. Foreboding, a feeling that something bad will happen. It's sort of ominous, you know. Here's the Forbidden Forest. It's quite foreboding. I mean, it's already forbidden, but just look at that picture. You know, you don't want to be in there. Pretentious. Attempting to impress by affecting greater importance or talent, culture, than is actually possessed. So, here is Professor Lockhart. He acts like he's very important, or that he's full of great talent, but in reality, he just steals other people's talent and fame. Like, he was gonna he was going to take Harry's fame from the Chamber of Secrets, but, well, that didn't turn out too great for him, did it? Yeah, don't be Lockhart. Let's move on. Contemplative. Expressing or involving prolonged thought. So here we have the meme of the two buttons. You know, you're contemplating, ooh, which button should I press? You know, gotta wipe your brow, your prolonged thought. It's a big decision. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Admonitory. Giving or conveying a warning or reprimand. So this is more like from a person in general, like a person is being admonitory. Here we have Gandalf. He's giving a big warning, like, you know, what are you guys doing? Fly, you fools! You know, there's a giant fiery demon. Like, get out of here. So yeah, that's the end. That's the tone words. Pretty great stuff. So yeah, tone. Let's wrap it up with what tone is again. Tone is it's the author's expression in their writing. It's yeah.